Hello everyone, welcome to the Do Spot, the channel that awards the 12 points, and also your favorite boutique Eurovision channel. We just saw the first rehearsal of TIX from Norway, and he sang the song Fallen Angel, so let's talk about it.
But I'm going to jump in right away because you know that I've had such a love-hate relationship with the song. It's a song that I really didn't rate in the beginning, and it's grown on me over time. And after seeing that rehearsal, it wasn't perfect, but it was a good first rehearsal. I actually kind of like it. I almost I feel, I'm almost mad at myself for saying that, but I do almost like it. I want him in the final. His outfit is so much better. I had such a problem with his outfit before. I really hated all the over the top jewelry. It came across as very cheap and piss taken, like a joke entry. But he's now in this beautiful two-piece. It's like a sequin tracksuit or something. I love it. It's much more sophisticated. It's a much more serious look with it still being kind of, glitzy and glam. And I love it. So that was a really good upgrade on his Grand Prix outfit. As I said, vocal needs a little work. I mean, there were a couple of notes that were a little bit patchy in his run through. Overall, it was fine, but I think, we've seen so many of the artists have patchy moments. So I'm sure that this is kind of, it's the first run through, it's them getting used to everything. And I guess it's kind of on some level, it is kind of overwhelming. So I'm sure that he will at least be working towards getting those vocals right.
And also, I'm gonna quickly dive in and say that in the second run through, after the second run through, when he in the moment when he finished the song, he did something because that kind of means that he hasn't done enough
warmed up,
maybe.
Hasn't warmed up properly or something.
What do you think of the stage?
The staging, I mean, there's not a lot of surprises there. It's pretty much exactly what he had for Melody Grand Prix. But I did like the extra smoke. There was a lot more smoke, which kind of gives the song a bit more atmosphere. It makes it a little bit more serious, I think. The fire that he has going, so, I live for these traditional elements, but the fire is either not enough or it needs to be taken away. It's just, they either need to go big and have massive plumes of fire, or they need to get rid of them, because at the moment they're little poofs of fire, which kind of bring nothing to the performance. So I want to see volcanic eruption style fire. I mean, as much as I've talked about his vocals being a bit patchy, the key change is such a moment in that song. And he really delivered the key change very, very well in his third run through. So as I said, I kind of want this in the final. Do you have anything to add, my friend?
I mean, for us, because we are knowing the process, we saw his performance at MGP, and I agree that the outfit wasn't that over the top. They kind of elevated it, polished it somehow.
It's so much more sophisticated.
Yeah, but still, for the mainstream viewer, it's still a WTF moment. They kept it.
And one thing I will say is that I really wish they would straighten up his wings. I mean, I can't be the only person that's watching that going, I mean, they're not crooked enough to be a deliberate choice to be crooked. Fallen Angel, the wings are crooked. They're just slightly off, and it drives me mad. So please, Norway, straighten those wings.
That's an issue with the wings. I think Rocco's wings were also like that in the performance. But what I was gonna say that I think performing in a bigger stage kind of helps. I really like the LEDs with the backing atmosphere. I think that was
kind of
sunset, or I don't know what was happening.
And it also, there was that moment there where it kind of looks kind of like a corridor, almost it really looks very deep. And I thought that really helped him, the whole idea of that fallen angel and being, not in heaven anymore. It kind of really played to that kind of visual, and I like that a lot, without being cheesy, because I mean, the song could go even more cheesy in so many ways. So I'm really happy that they resisted the urge to go nuts with those LEDs.
And also, one side note, because Cyprus was a female singer with 4 female kind of devils. And this was like a male singer with 4 male devils, or
Yeah.
like black angels, devils kind of thing. Um,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. That's really interesting because
It's
they are
interesting that
really
they're back to
similar.
back, right? Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. I don't know what were they thinking, like putting them behind each other. That's really interesting. I don't know what will
Yeah.
happen. Like this, do you think this will qualify after
Yes.
after
I
seeing this
do
rehearsal?
actually think he'll qualify. I think that the song itself is, and I don't mean this in a, well, it's kind of a negative thing to say, but it's kind of bland enough that mainstream is actually going to be like, oh yeah, that's nice. Like it kind of reminds me of like back in the day, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, you know, like 90s, that kind of era, um, and or early 2000s. Um, and so I think that it is sort of like safe enough that mainstream's going to be like, okay, there is
Mhm.
that like WTF moment, like when they see him with his wings and his glitzy glam and all that sort of stuff. But it's not so WTF that it's going to put people off. I think that this will qualify. I'm going to stand by what I said last week, and I think it's going to be like a borderline qualifier. We're not going to see it qualifying in like the top 3, top 5. It's going to be down there in 9 or 10.
Hmm. I had this as a non-qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't say that this is a true qualifier, but I really think that there's an elevation. I mean, we were expecting this, right? We were expecting
Yeah.
this staging. So
Yeah.
how much elevated can this staging could be? Like, this is the elevation that we could get, and they actually done that great. So this could qualify. Like,
I mean, the Scandies are
this
really
could go either
delivering
way.
on the staging changes. I mean, like it's so unexpected for us. Usually
Yeah,
we
right. Yeah,
have. I
right.
mean, okay, admittedly, 2019, Kano did a huge elevation from their MGP to their ESC performances. But like traditionally speaking, you know, Sweden, Norway. Even Denmark to some extent, they kind of cookie cutter deliver us the same performance as their national final. But this year, we've already seen Sweden and now Norway like really elevating elements of their performance. So in essence, it's still the same, but they've gone and they've like translated that to the format that they've been given, and I love that.
Yeah. So in any case, we are
Yeah,
going to the
yeah.
Croatia
We
rehearsal
have
right
to,
now.
yeah, we have to get out and get into Croatia.
Exactly.
So
So see you in
we'll
the
see
next
you again
videos.
soon. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.